because each birth certificate is worth, when it first started in 1933, I am told it was like $630,000 per birth certificate on the international exchange. And your birth certificate today is on the stock market. And look on the back of your Social Security card and you'll see numbers in red. Anytime you see red numbers, they represent your blood. You turn it on the other side and you'll see it in blue. Blue is Maritime Admiralty, the Navy blue. And so consequently, you are a product that was bought. And on the birth certificate, down on the bottom right, where your mother signed, it doesn't say mother or parent. It says informant, because your mother was informing on you under maritime law. She was telling the corporation, I got a new chump here for you to own, and I don't know if you know this or not, so here's his paperwork. And it was sent to Washington, D.C. They took that birth certificate, and what happened, let me go back and explain that when in 1860s, when this privately owned company was incorporated called United States, like any other corporation that grows too fast, it started getting out of bounds. It started becoming very successful, and they wanted to move out overseas. I'm being very simplistic with this. There's a lot more to it, but I'm giving you the basics. Tomorrow is when the master will explain it to you in details. I'm just giving you the basic idea right now. But when the corporation called United States was founded back in the 1860s, it wanted to move overseas at the first of the turn of the century, in the 19th century, the 20th century. And so it started moving into Europe as a hostile takeover. They called it World War I. World War I was one large corporation called United States trying to take over other major corporations in the world, like Germany, France, etc. Each one of these countries are a corporation. So consequently, the United States was able to be successful in the corporate takeover of what the outcome of the World War I. But in the process, they lost so much money. The corporation spent so much money arming and making tanks and bullets and tanks to kill people that they won the hostile takeover of a foreign corporation, but now they're broke. Consequently, they are really in serious trouble now because they don't have money to feed the people at home in the corporation, and now they've taken on new corporations in Europe to be responsible for. So the United States corporation was in very big trouble, went to Europe and asked the international bankers if they could borrow money. And the international bankers said quite simply, no, you're bankrupt. So what have you got as collateral for a loan? And they came up with the idea that your birth certificate would be worth something like $630,000, because the banker said, how much can an individual in your country working for your corporation make from the day he's born to the day he dies on an average? And it came out to about $630,000. So consequently, the bankers made a deal with the corporation called United States to credit the United States corporation account in Europe with $630,000 per birth certificate. And this is why today this United States corporation doesn't care about how many people come into this country illegally or unlawfully. They don't care about that. They open up the borders and let them pour in. Why? Because every single person coming across that border is at least $1 million now in our bank account. And so that's why we want something called, we don't want undocumented workers. We don't care about people who are illegal coming into the country. We don't want undocumented, because with the documents you can cash that in. You take and get that money from the international banks. So consequently, the United States corporation owns you. And therefore, when you go into a court, and why don't we even go to a court? You go into a court because you play basketball and tennis on a court. Why? Because the whole idea in a court is put the ball back in the other guy's court, right? I mean, the lawyer throws it over to him, and he throws it back to him, and the judge is sitting there as a referee. He doesn't care who wins. He's going to get paid, so he doesn't care. So the whole idea in a court is a game. And consequently, Anytime, well, there are 2 points you need to know about this. The judge is sitting there as a referee, and it's a game. And any time in this country, 2 points very important. Don't ever forget this. All law in this country, federal, state, county, city, any and all laws in this country do not apply to a man or woman, natural-born man or natural-born woman. All law applies only to corporations. All law applies to corporations only. I don't care what it is, parking tickets, speeding tickets, anything. It only applies to corporations. But, however, you have been made a corporation when you were born. You were part of a corporation. So, therefore, this is why all laws, or any time you get a bill from Sears and Roebuck, from your oil company, from a lawsuit, from a judgment in court, I don't care what the bill is, whatever the legal and lawful paperwork that comes to you from anywhere, will always have your name in all capital letters. It's always in all capital letters. Your driver's license, your insurance card, your speeding ticket, whatever it is, it will always have your name in all capital letters. Why? Because under international maritime law, all capital letters means you are dead. That's why when you drive by a graveyard, you will see on tombstones the name of the people who are there. Their names are in all capital letters. Why? Because that's the law. If you're dead, your name must appear in all capital letters. This is why when you walk into a courtroom, you do not have standing. Only the attorney or the judge and the attorneys have standing. You do not have lawful standing. Meaning, if you drive by a cemetery, how many people get up out of the tombs and stand and talk to you? Nobody. Why? They don't have standing in law. They don't have a leg to stand on. Okay? And neither do you. Because when you walk into a courtroom, your name on the lawsuit or on the subpoena or whatever it is, or on the Sears and Roebuck bill or anything else, your name is in all capital letters. It means you're a dead man. When you walk into this court, your ass is mine. You understand? You are a dead man. We bought you when you were born. And that's why judges wear black robes, black ceremonial robes. That's why Catholic priests wear black ceremonial robes. That's why the rabbis wear black ceremonial robes. That's why when you graduate from high school and university, you wear a black ceremonial robe. You know what black robes mean? You know where that comes from? It comes from the god of an ancient god in the old ancient Sumerian Babylonian system, the planet Saturn. Saturn was referred to as the god of the ring. And his priests were the priests of the black robe. This is why judges wear black robes. Catholic priests wear black robes. Darth Vader wears black robes. Vampires wear black robes. All the blood-sucking murderers wear black robes. No, this is a black sweater. I had someone ask me that too before, why do you wear black? Because I am the incarnation of the devil. Okay? Consequently, let's get back to serious. The ceremonial black robes represent a god, the planet Saturn, one of the oldest gods in the Hebrew system. Incidentally, let me backtrack a little bit on religion. The two most eclectic religions on the face of the earth. Eclectic means conglomeration of stuff. The two most eclectic religions on the face of the earth. Number one, Judaism. Two, Christianity. Judaism and Christianity are not what they say they are. And you better do your homework. Judaism is the most confounded, eclectic hodgepodge of stuff you're ever going to come across.